Alright, let's give it a try. You ready?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Ready, buddy?
This is going to be a narrow grip. Ooh, hey, put your hand over this way.
So we'll do the high five. And then we're going to roll over. What's up, guy? Oh,
You just go down.
what's up, guys? This is Logan Malloy.
It's Mark in the house.
Hey guys, welcome to Home Groups. We're glad you guys are here. We have an amazing story for you tonight from the Bible, and get ready because you guys are in for a great night tonight. Yeah, you guys, hey, thanks again for being in Home Groups. We love you guys so much. And so last week was awesome. I just had a great time at youth group. Tuesday night was it was a great night. Wednesday night, we got to see some students make a decision to follow Christ, which I love. I love watching students say yes to Jesus. And stuff gets me pumped up. So here's some announcements, just what's going on. Next week, Tuesday night, it is week 5, so we will not have youth group. So Tuesday night is parent night just for parents. We want to talk about some very kind of deep, complicated stuff on Tuesday night. And Wednesday night, Logan, what's going on?
Wednesday night, there's no youth group either, but we need everybody's help. All your hands, your feet. If you're free, come jump in. We're going to be setting up for an awesome night for Halloween on the Hill, so come and join the fun.
Yes, and here's Miss Lindsay to talk to you guys about something coming up on that Thursday.
I just blanked on everything. What's up, Highpoint? I'm Lindsay, and guess what's happening? Halloween on the Hill is coming up super soon, and it's for kids, 0 little babies, all the way to 5th graders, but we need you guys to help because you have energy, and you're fun, and you're cool, and you can dress up, and we'll give you candy, and I'm going to be Elsa, and you can hang out with Elsa for the night, and it'll be awesome, so please talk to your leader about how you can sign up to help us with Halloween on the Hill.
You guys, hey, if you're brand new with us, thanks for being with us, and we're going through a series called Rejection. So we're just walking through the life of a guy named Joseph in the Old Testament in the book of Genesis. This guy faced rejection from his family, and just things got very bad for him. And so if you ever feel like you're alone in rejection from your family or from different circumstances, just rest assured that you're not the only one. And so the story of Joseph is powerful. And this guy, he's a strong guy. Like, I think of Logan. Logan's a strong guy. Some of you people, you athletes, like, you're strong people. But you'll see in this passage we're going to look at, he made a decision, and he said no, which to me says he is one of the strongest people in the world. But before we get to that, I just want you guys to hear from Logan, our 9th grade leader, just to hear his story, how God used him in an awesome way.
Hi guys, I'm Logan Malloy, 9th grade leader. A lot of you guys know who I am. You may have heard my story before, you may have not, but I want to share some bits and pieces of it so you guys can understand. You guys are going to read a story about Joseph today, a story of God's favor, a story of resisting temptation. And I actually want to share with you my story that's almost a little opposite of Joseph's story. It's about me chasing temptation, but God's favor still following me because of my heart. So I'm not going to give you a lot of backstory. I just want to share with you where my life really changed in my faith. I was married in 2012. I entered into a marriage with a woman that was very exciting. I didn't grow up with vacations and fancy dinners and glitz and glam or any of that stuff. And this woman, her family, they had all that. So it lured me in, and we got married, and we lived this life of flashy. We always had to have the bigger and better things than people on social media and our neighbors and family. Because of that, it broke our families apart. I actually didn't talk to my family for almost 2.5 years after my marriage. That was a very painful part of my life. We constantly would just rack up debt. Anything we wanted, we throw it on a credit card. If she wanted to buy something, she would. So it caused all this debt. We started racking it up, and I was making good money, but we were spending it just as quick. Soon into my marriage, we decided to move to Southern California. We moved with her family as well, and that's really where everything went downhill. My wife would stay home during the day when I would go to work, and she would drink and do recreational drugs, and it caused a lot of separation between us. But that's really where God had chased after me and found my heart. I started going to a church down there called Saddleback Church, which is ran by Rick Warren. Some of you guys have heard that name. And that's where I started getting involved with a couple of different men's ministries, serving in baptisms down there, which was incredible. And God was doing work in my heart. There was a counselor that I was seeing through the church who would constantly encourage me to remove myself from the toxic living situation that I was in. And there was one weekend where my wife and her family came up to me and said, "Hey, we're leaving tomorrow morning on a red-eye flight back to Washington for business." And it was this moment of clarity that God had put in front of me, that I can escape from this household of physical abuse and drinking and drugs. And when they left, I decided to pack my things up, not with the intention of divorcing my wife, but removing myself from that situation. I drove back home to my family, and shortly after that, my wife had filed for divorce. That divorce actually drug on for about 3.5 years because she disappeared after she filed for the divorce. And this was where I was in my own prison at that point in my life. And instead of turning to drugs or alcohol myself or anything negative, I actually turned to God. This is when God really started to change my life from the inside out. I got involved in a church on the hill, started serving with youth. You guys, thank you so much. You've helped change my life. But the problem is my divorce was still not done. I decided to enter into a new relationship. And this was sinful. My divorce wasn't done. Because of that, there was a lot of hurt and pain and confusion in that relationship. And it was God saying no, but it was me saying yes. There's this temptation, and it changed who I was. It crushed my confidence. It crushed my faith. There's a lot of things that changed. But when my divorce finalized and that relationship that I had entered into ended, I had a release. It's when really God's favor was poured upon me. I bought this home that I've been trying to get into for several years. I have a nice vehicle. I have a good job. I have good friends. I have a good family. And God's favor was always being poured upon me because I never let go of Him, and He was my foundation. So if I want you guys to walk away with something today, that rejection and temptation can come in different forms, but it's how you handle it is what the result will be. So I hope that my story can impact you. If you have any questions or if you need prayer, or if you want to share something with me, I'd be happy to talk to you. But one thing I want you guys to take away from today, if you think about weight training, lifting weights, or playing sports, there's that resistance that creates strength, and it builds your character too. So think about the resistance and strength that you're going to read about today. Thank you.
Well, you guys, there you have it. That's from Logan Malloy, the man. We get to serve with the most amazing leaders, and I'm honored to serve with this guy. And so next we get to get into our Bibles and open up to Genesis chapter 39. Just to walk through the story of Joseph, because he goes through a lot, and even while he's like imprisoned and the stuff that's going on in his life, he is still showing Jesus to the people that are around him. So he doesn't whine and complain. So you guys just check this out, walk through this chapter, and love it. And then we'll catch you guys on Sunday, or we'll catch you next time that we see you guys.
Good job.